17 on your homework said, is PT parallel to SR? If so, state the theorem that supports your conclusion. So, like I said, sometimes it helps to extend the lines that you're trying to focus on, PT and SR. There we go. Okay. So we've got parallel lines and we have a transversal. I just picked one to be the transversal. I picked the one that used the 40-degree angle, so I picked that one on purpose. Now, you did need to know some extra information. You needed to know what the angles of a triangle add up to. What do the angles of a triangle add up to? 180 degrees. Good. So if you do 60 plus 80, and you subtract from 180, you're going to get 40. So that missing angle in that triangle is 40. I spy some alternate interior angles. Do you see that? Alternate interior, 40, 40. Alternate interior angles. So our statement is, well, first of all, the answer is yes. And our statement is, if alternate interior angles are congruent, then PT is parallel to SR. The theorem says that alternate interior angles need to be congruent for our lines to be parallel. Okay, likewise, you would do the same thing on part B. You would find the missing angle of the triangle. You would do 37 plus 59. You would subtract it from 180. And you would get 84. So we have another pair of alternate interior angles. So I'm not going to write out the sentence again. It's the same sentence. And the answer is yes. You are using vertical angles, but remember those can't prove parallelism. Is that a word? Parallelism. Number 1, use the information to state which lines are parallel. So if we look at angle 1 and angle 9, focus on only the lines that are needed to create those angles. Only focus on the lines needed to create those angles. Angle 1 and angle 9 are corresponding angles. You studied your vocab last night. You know your vocab upside down and inside out. Corresponding angles are supposed to be congruent. And look at that. They're congruent. So A is parallel to C. State the statement that justifies our answers. If corresponding angles are congruent, then A is parallel to C. So that's the statement that you would write for number 1. Okay? Number 7. Use the given information to determine if AC is parallel to DF. So here's the ones we're looking at. AC, DF. All right. Angle BAD is 42. So this whole angle, I'm going to put an arc because it's the whole angle, is 42. BAC is 25. I'm just going to put a little arrow because I'm running out of room. That one's 25. And FDG is 17. Oh, sorry, right here. Okay, much better. That's where the 17 goes. So what we want to look at here is we want to look at, I'll shade it. We want to look at this angle, and we want to look at this angle. Those are corresponding angles. If they happen to be congruent, boom, the lines are parallel. If they're not congruent, then all bets are off. The lines are not parallel. So we need to find that missing angle. We already know that this one right here is 17. So we need to find the other one. So we do 42 minus 25. 17. Ding, ding, ding. So since this one is 17 as well, we would say yes. And then we would do if corresponding angles are congruent, then AC is parallel to DF. That's the theorem we're using. Number 16, decide if it's a parallelogram, a trapezoid, or neither. So you need to look at two sides at a time. You can look at the top and the bottom, or you can look at the left and the right. Let's look at the top and the bottom. So I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to really look at the top and the bottom. Pick any transversal you want. Take your angles, and we know same side interior angles are supposed to be supplementary. So we want those two to be supplementary. So we go to our calculator and we're like, 87 plus 93. Oh, it adds up to 180. So we have proved that the top is parallel to the bottom. Now let's work on the left and the right. So is the green parallel to the green? Well, you need to look at these two angles. Those are same side interior angles. And you add those two up, and I can already tell 87 plus 91 is not going to equal 180. So the green are not parallel, whereas the blue are parallel. So what would our answer be? One pair of sides parallel. So this shape is a trapezoid. Said that weird. Trapezoid.